Happy
Your
St.
screen
Patrick's
name is
Day.
12482. What is your name, please?
Are you talking to me?
I'm trying to.
Oh, yeah. It's Patricia Bostwick. It didn't give me the option to put a screen name on there.
This is Alyssa's fault, and it's fun. And she sent me some more, and also Zach. Good stuff all around.
This is citation
Buckner Unite.
H06859. It's a snow emergency ticket that was issued.
February 13th.
Yeah. Are you here to admit or to deny that ticket?
Deny.
Raise your right hands, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
This matter. Karen, it's so delicious. Karen just gets on Judge Chisholm's wrong side in every way. It's so fun, and it's real small and nitpicky, but it's delicious.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the officer will testify first.
So on that day, all the vehicles that were left on the roadway, once the snow emergency was given, we were told by our supervisors to go out and issue the citations for any vehicles that were left on the roadway prior to the plow trucks coming in. So that night of work, I went out and issued snow emergency tickets, which Miss Patricia did get one because the vehicle was left in the roadway.
Because what?
The
It was
vehicle
left in the roadway, that's what he said. It's your turn, Matt.
Okay, well, I'm a retired Royal Oak school teacher. I have worked in Royal Oak since 1986. I am in a book club with other Royal Oak teachers and retired teachers. I also work at Oakland Community College. I've been working there since 1990.
Matt, we're talking here about parking.
I know. I want to give some context here. So
the context is just, was the car parked on the street at this date and time?
I drove to.
Was the car parked there? Is all the context I need. I love it. I absolutely love it. We don't want to hear about your book club.
To the book club on Arden Place. There were 3 cars parked there. There was a fire hydrant across the street. I got there a little later than everybody else because I work at Oakland Community College. I was there for my book club. Everybody left around 9:30. I got
Yeah, no one cares. No one cares about your book club at all.
there about 7:30. There was no indication that there was any kind of a snow emergency. I do not live in Royal Oak. No one else there were 2 cars. I parked in between the 2 cars. I did not know there was a snow emergency. The person who lived in the house in Arden Place did not know there was a snow emergency. I called her once I saw I got the ticket, and she called everybody else, and nobody else got the ticket. If they left 5 minutes before me, that might be when you came by. But literally, I was there for book club from about 7:30 until about 9:30. There was no one was coming. I didn't see anybody else. I did not know anything else about it. Like I say, my friend was horrified that I got a ticket. She didn't know that there was a snow emergency. She certainly didn't tell us. And nobody else that was there with me, if they left 5 minutes before me, maybe that was the only car you saw. But I have to say, I've been driving for 60 years. I would not park in a street if I knew that there was a snow emergency. And certainly my friend would have told me if she knew that there was a snow emergency, and she's a Royal Oak resident.
It was announced in many, many cities, not just Royal Oak. It was on the radio.
Royal Oak. I work at OCC. I didn't.
For any of you not from the north, it snows a lot, like a lot, especially in Michigan. The procedure is well known. Hey, we get a big dump of snow. If you're parked on the street, you got to figure something out because they got to plow. This isn't like a shocking new revelation.
Interrupted me 3 times already.
I'm sorry, what?
this might be Zoom, but court decorum is still required. You've interrupted me 3 times already. If you're through talking, do you mind if I talk? You were parked on the street. There was a snow emergency. You got a ticket. Civil infractions do not require an intent to do something wrong. They just involve the fact of the wrongdoing. The fact is that the car was there. That's uncontroverted. The fact is there was a snow emergency. That's uncontroverted. The only issue that you raised is that you didn't know about it. Well, that's unfortunate, but you're still responsible for what happened, and the fine is $50. Thank you.
All right, I've given over 40 years of.
Let's see who the iPhone is.
Good morning.
Okay, can you turn on your video, please? You've got Mr. Holloway. Morning. This is 24 RO0 9597 and 9597A. The first ticket is for.
All right, we're going to get back to this guy. Alyssa's insistent
The
that I do
protocol
this.
of matters of
first.
the state of Michigan versus Lawrence Buckner, case number
I got
25
it from
S
Zach
00103,
and Alyssa sent
as
along.
well as 25 S 00102.
Tiffany Woods for the people.
Good morning, Mayor. Please, this Honorable Court, Kareem Johnson, on behalf of Mr. Buckner.
Thank you.
This is,
Let me see if I have
Mr.
them,
Johnson, are
guys.
you representing Mr. Buckner in both matters or just
Just
the
a second.
103?
Pardon me?
Are you representing Mr. Buckner in the 103 matter as well, or just the and the 102 one?
I believe just the 102 one, but I can.
I think it would be the 103 one you have.
Okay. Oh,
He's just representing him on the 103. That's the only withdrawal that I have and the only withdrawal that I've signed.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is Blood Senator Davy Lebo for Mr. Buckner in the 25S and the 25S 102 matter.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence Buckner. Can you please state your name? Good morning, Mr. Buckner. You're muted still, Mr. Buckner.
Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, good morning, Judge Washington. For the record, my name is Lawrence of the family of Buckner.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Buckner.
Grand Rising.
All right. We're hearing 2 pre-trials today.
That's all I got.
Mr. The 102 matter, like to request an adjournment in order to review the discovery and some case law.
No, I think no. We're going forward with everything.
Mr. Johnson, what is your request?
Your Honor, I was appointed to this matter late Friday, but I've heard the wishes of my client. I likewise do not have discovery, but
I was unfamiliar with the Grand Rising concept. The first time I saw it, I think it was out of a case in Atlanta. And I'm like, oh, well, that's charming. But since then, let me tell you, if you hear the phrase Grand Rising, it's a good proxy for the stupid is about to begin.
if he wants to proceed going forward, I asked the court set this matter for a final pretrial on the trial date.
So just so you know, Counselor Johnson, is once this gets set for the final settlement conference, which would mean it's going to trial, there is no plea offer. Negotiations are done. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that if you're setting that for the final settlement conference.
Mr. Buckner, are you okay with that?
Yeah, and I also want to. I'm well aware of. I'm glad you said that. That if he go ahead and go forward, that there will be no plea offering, and at this point, I'm going to maintain my innocence as the black God I am, the divine being. So whatever the cause be, I'm going to accept all the.
I'm going to maintain my intimate as the black God that I am. just stop. Let me assure you, the rest of the group doesn't want you speaking for them. I'm confident of this.
Consequences, standing 10 toes down. I'm tired of being discriminated against because of my color. Maybe if you would have read the police report correctly, I'm the victim. This is a travesty of justice. I've never seen somebody come to somebody's home and try to run them over with a vehicle and then they go to jail. Yeah, so I'm ready to go to trial. I'm really ready to go to trial. Because what? White people can just come to black people's house and try to run them over, and then yeah. So yeah, I got a lot of anger.
Mr. Buckner, just
because of this.
Relax for me, Mr. Buckner. Relax.
Shut up, drama queen.
Okay.
Black Lives Matter.
We gonna handle this in the appropriate form. That's not today.
See right here. See nobody called me. See nobody called me. See. I'm gonna tell you something, man.
All right. Mr. Lebo, what is it your plan to do with your case? He does not want to have an adjournment in this.
Your Honor, certainly I would do whatever Mr. Buckner is requesting. I am not 100% sure what Mr. Buckner is requesting at this point.
He wants to move forward with his trial rights, is what he has said.
My understanding is Mr. Buckner doesn't understand that he'd be giving up any potential plea offers in this case, so we would be moving forward to final settlement.
Clear. He's made that very clear.
And Judge, just to be certain, so on 102, that's Lebo's case, is that correct?
Yes.
And you've already gotten discovery, so I just need to send discovery to Counselor Johnson. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Final settlement in both of these matters, April 25th, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. with jury selection being on May 2nd, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. Bond will continue in both cases.
Your Honor, is the April 25th date via Zoom?
Yes, April 25th is via Zoom, and jury selection on May 2nd is in person.
Oh, bring him in. There's a high chance of contempt.
Thank you. And Your Honor, may I please have a breakout room, Mr. Buckner and co-counsel if he wishes to join?
That would certainly be fine with me, Your Honor.
Yes, of course. Call the case of Ypsilanti Township versus Deshauna Parham, case number 24T00286.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Deputy Lee on behalf of Ms. Parham. Ms. Parham, could you state your name, ma'am?
Deshauna Parham.
Thank you. All right, we're here today on a pre-trial as well as a bond violation. Apparently, Ms. Parham didn't go to community corrections after she was released from the Washington County Jail as ordered. So I scheduled her for a $20,000 cash and surety bond. That bond was continued by the magistrate upon arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe Ms. Parham is prepared to admit to that. Ms. Parham, is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. All right, ma'am, you have a right to have a hearing as to whether or not you violate terms and conditions of your bond. If you are going to admit that, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, ma'am. Is it true that you were ordered to go to community corrections by the magistrate?
What is that?
One moment. You were ordered to go to the community corrections by the magistrate on August 9th of 2024. At that time, you were saying you lived in Kentucky, and they were going to set up for you to have the testing closer to your home, but you failed to go to before the magistrate, and then on September 30th, you were finally violated for failing to appear. You had I had also scheduled for you to come in person on October 2nd before me. And you didn't do that either. So the bench warrant was issued for you failing to appear in person. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yeah.
All right. I find that there's a knowing and willing admission to the bond violation. Are you satisfied, Ms. Woods?
It's actually my case, Your Honor, and yes, sir. Thank you.
Barnett?
Defense is likewise satisfied, Your Honor.
Where are we, please? On the pretrial.
Secretary of the Preacher would like to set this for final settlement conference. Friends, Ms. Parham would like me to address bond.
Final settlement conference in this case will be on April 25th, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. And jury selection will be on May 2nd, 2025 at 8:30 a.m.
I'm getting hurt.
I'm pretty sure it was the person who told me that she lived in another state and we could come find her when she was here on September 18th of 2024. So what would you like to say about bond?
Your Honor, I would simply note that Ms. Parham is quite young. She's 20 years old. She does tell me she has a place to stay in Michigan and would stay in Michigan if released on bond and would have no objection to a tether.
Mr. Barnett?
Well, Your Honor, it's hard to do anything without her being here. She failed to comply with court orders. She failed to appear. I do recall her saying that on the record as well. So I would ask for at least a cash component of bond to ensure her appearance and certainly a referral for the GPS tether.
So dumb, bro.
I'm sorry, what did you say, ma'am? Mr. Lebo, your client I wrote myself a reminder, one of the most rude people that ever came. I don't think she has any intention of following any of the rules. How did she get picked up?
Your Honor, I am not aware of that.
Okay.
Yeah, see, it's not good to make a jerk out of yourself and dare the court to come get you. Because if they actually do, they might remember it.
Can I see counsel in a breakout room? All right. right, I had a breakout room with counsel in this particular matter. Given the nature of Ms. Parham's demeanor at both the last hearing as well as this hearing, I am not going to reduce the bond at this time. What I am willing to do is to consider bond again on on March 31st. So and then I'll also give a court date of March 31st, 2025 at 9 a.m. where at that point in time, we can address bond again and take into consideration whether or not the prosecutor is able to proceed. Bond is continued at 20,000, 10%.
Thank you.
You're all set, Ms. Parham?
So what do
Got
I
you. Are
supposed
you
to
happy?
do, bro? Supposed to sit in here? Until when? When am I supposed to? When I'm supposed to sit in here till when? That shit don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense.
Just one moment. If you keep cursing, you're going to get contempt of court and then there'll be added time. So you should stop.
For the record, I think it makes perfect sense. I'm just me. I watched it and like it makes all kinds of sense to me.
Oh, bro.
The court will call the case of the state of Michigan versus Earl Haynes case.
All right, now back to our regularly scheduled big dummy over in front of Chisholm. It's good times.
This being a traffic control device. The second ticket was for no license plate light. You have the option to admit or to deny responsibility or to admit with an explanation.
We get hot video
As
in this
to the
one.
traffic control device, how do you wish to proceed, sir?
I'm kind of confused on how to proceed, sir. I guess I believe I'm saying deny, sir.
Okay. We'll treat them both like that. You'd raise your right hands, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in this matter will be the truth?
I do.
Yes.
The officer will testify first, please.
Your Honor, the driver was going southbound in Campbell, turning eastbound on 12 Mile. He was sitting stationary in the turn lane to go eastbound 12 Mile. Light was green arrow. He didn't start going into the intersection until it turned yellow. Halfway through the intersection, it turned red and he completed his turn. Initiated his traffic stop at 12 Mile in Stevenson, where I also observed him to have no license plate light. That is also caught on my dash cam.
Mr. Holloway? It's your turn, sir. Mr. Holloway?
Yes, sir.
It is your turn, sir.
Apologize. Sir, pretty much, I guess I'm explaining myself. I'm sorry if I'm not doing this correctly. I'm in a hotel. I'm just traveling right now. What happened was I was coming into the intersection, as your officer stated. As I'm approaching the intersection, as I believe it was 12, and I'm not for sure exactly right now. The officer had proceeded to be going eastbound from a westbound location on that street, which should be shown on his dash cam. In that process, the officer has made an illegal U-turn.
The officer struggles to keep a straight face this whole time.
To come, I guess, to come back and see if I was doing anything illegal. From what my knowledge is, and what the MCL law says in section 257.603, exemption of police vehicles without surrounding of out
Mr.
of
Holloway,
a
we're here to talk about your infraction, not
This is
the
where I'm
officer's
trying
driving.
to get to. This is
Well,
where I'm trying.
let's get to it, please.
Okay, so with that section stating the officer had made an illegal U-turn,
What does that have
approaching
to do
into
with
the
the charge
section, he
against
had
you, sir?
already completed his
Mr. Holloway,
westbound.
what does that have to do with what you did?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you, officer.
Well, I haven't heard it yet.
Judge. I'm sorry. This is what I'm trying to explain. As the officer had left the intersection, I was approaching the intersection. Okay? The officer had left the intersection, went through the light, going towards eastbound on 12 Mile, made a U-turn and charged back to the light, which caused me any reaction to anything because I was reacting to his traffic. I thought he was going to turn on his lights and go on a call. And from my knowledge, I looked at the light, and the light was green, and I took off. May I have not proceeded through? I'm not for sure. But like I say, I took off when it was green. He pulled me over. I was a little frustrated and upset. I'm sorry if I'm feeling a little like if I'm anxious right now. But he was already making his descent another direction. When he made the U-turn, it caused all the things that I have done.
How did the officers driving cause you to make a left turn?
No, I don't think you understand it, sir. I'm sorry, let me start again. As I'm going through, he's going eastbound on 12 Mile, correct? As he's going eastbound on 12 Mile, before he's already crossed the intersection of 12 Mile and Stevenson or wherever the intersection was. He made an abrupt U-turn in the intersection and charged back to the light where I was going to make a left, which caused all of this. I would never miss a light. I would never run a light. For what? I DoorDash for a living, and I really do this on a daily basis. I'm at least being stopped by one
So if you're scoring at home, it's the officer's fault that he ran the light.
of you guys' forces or officers weekly.
For reasons
Last the week prior,
that nobody
I had been
understands.
stopped. None of the citations were given. As far as a repaired vehicle, if I had known, I would have made the repairs.
Did you make the repair on the license plate light?
The car has been pretty much totaling the car. It's trash, so there's no repairs possibly to be made.
If the officer wrote the ticket as a waivable, if you would have had it fixed, it would have been dismissed.
That's what I was trying to explain. The car is inoperable at the time afterwards, so it's not operable right now.
So the car became inoperable after you got the ticket, but before you got the light fixed.
Correct.
Officer, did you want to show the dash cam?
My guess is an accident from blowing another light, but what do I know?
I can, Your Honor. Would you be able to give me just the date it was issued?
Yeah. 12/21/24.
Okay, give me just a second, Your Honor, and I will be able to bring that up for you. And do you know the time, Your Honor? I apologize.
Calm
I don't have
down,
the
ladies.
citation in front of me.
It's 1:23 in the morning.
Okay, give me just a second so I got it up. I just have to be able to share my screen. Okay. Are you able to see this, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Holloway, are you able to see that?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Your Honor, right now I am eastbound on 12 Mile and I'm just
Is this
getting
12 or 11?
This is 12 Mile, Your Honor. I'm going just east of Campbell. Right now I'm going through the intersection. When I make the U-turn here, you'll see Mr. Holloway's vehicle at the light, which is this one right here. Right now he's starting this light right here. It's a yellow arrow. He's starting to go in the intersection now. When he gets halfway through, you'll see this light turn red. It's red now, and he's continuing through the intersection. And that is when I turn around, catch up to him, see that he's got the license plate light out, and I initiate. Do you want me to rewind that, Your Honor?
Yes, please. The
Your
light
Honor, am I
for
allowed
12
to say
Mile was,
anything?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
the light for 12 Mile, as you approached it, was clearly red.
My light, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Yes.
And when he made the left turn
Mm-hmm.
from Campbell onto 12, the light was red for 12 Mile.
My light is red, yes.
If your light is red,
this is an arrow, Your Honor. This light here. Right here, this is the red arrow that he has to turn eastbound on 12 Mile.
okay, so the third red dot, but the left
Right here.
one,
Yes,
the left one is his arrow, not your signal.
correct. This is his red arrow that he cannot turn on. That is a red arrow there, Your Honor.
That's Mr. Holloway's car, right?
This is Mr. Holloway's car, Your Honor. He's not really even starting his turn yet before this light right here is now red. I can go back frame by frame.
Your Honor,
It is yellow right here, Your Honor, and he is just now getting into the intersection. And then again, Your Honor, if you look where my mouse is at, that's the yellow arrow. I'll go frame by frame again, and now it just turned red. And from here, he continues through the intersection. And then even a better look here in the middle of the intersection, here's his red arrow.
excuse me, can I say something, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
As you can see, his sporadic driving actions has caused any of this. If he had not made an illegal U-turn in the middle of the street, I would not have done any of these actions, as I repeat.
Mr.
All
Holloway,
these actions,
he made a U-turn, which is not illegal. He made a U-turn way down by the car lot.
sir, this is why you're not understanding.
I am understanding. We saw his U-turn.
I love Chisholm, but here's the thing: I do understand. I understand completely, and I just watched a video of it.
On the film, it was he had already started to pass Champion Hargrave Chevrolet when he made the left.
Sir,
When he made the U-turn.
sir.
Did you
what
not
I'm
see Champion Hargrave's lot?
Okay, sir, what I'm trying to tell you is I'm approaching the intersection right there. He had already cleared his intersection.
He cleared it by a block.
That's what I'm telling you. So as I'm coming to the intersection, that's what I'm trying to say, sir. I'm not trying to be upset. I'm not trying to argue. I'm trying to say, as I'm coming to the intersection, he has already left the intersection.
Yeah, he's nowhere near you.
Sir, this is what I'm telling you. He makes a
No, what you're
U-turn.
telling me that doesn't comport with the facts, sir. I saw where he was when he made the U-turn.
That's, sir, there's no miles per hour on his dash cam. There's no any of that.
We're not
You
talking
had-
about him. We're talking about you. Your light was red when you started the turn.
Sir, I'm really not trying to sit here.
What
and
color
deny.
did you think the light was when you see it on the screen?
Sir, when I looked up and I looked at the light, after seeing the officer's sporadic actions, I looked up and it looked green. When I turned into the intersection, the light had turned yellow just like that to red. I promise you, I was not your officer.
I just saw what happened.
I understand, sir, but you're not
So
here.
did you.
Sir, please, I'm asking. This is the points of my license. I eat off this money. I do not need to come into this courtroom and lie to you guys to make a false accusation to do what? I've already paid my bond. Money I don't have. Your officer baited me into the ticket. I'm sorry. He jumped in front of the light, made a U-turn when he was going the other way. I'm thinking he's coming back, charging. His miles per hour isn't on the dash cam.
That dirty officer baited me into running the light. How? I don't know, but that's his claim.
Is it?
You keep wanting to blame him for something you did.
Sir, I'm looking at this angle, sir, and I'm being honest, Your Honor. All this would be avoided if his actions weren't done. I was going on a DoorDash, which I was pulling to the goal. I'm figuring your officer is coming to turn on his lights to go respond to a call.
Your Honor, if I may interrupt for a second, I am able to pull up.
I was minding my own business when this officer drove by in fishnets and heels. What am I supposed to do?
Up the speed. I don't go above 30 miles an hour. Just so we can get that cleared up, because this is kind of going in circles. Just to get that cleared up.
It's going, Honor, it's going in circles because it's not fair.
No, it's going in circles because you're repeating the same statements that don't comport with the facts that I saw on the film.
Sir, but the law says he's not allowed to make an emergency use.
What has that got to do with you?
Because I'm thinking he's going after a call, sir. It's 1 in the morning.
Why don't you think about what the light is doing instead of what he's doing?
Because if he comes into charges into the lane,
charge any place. You're blaming him for what you did.
Guess I don't have a chance here.
Yeah, you did if what you said it comported with the facts.
Sir,
it would have been a different matter. You're telling me that something that I'm looking at isn't what I'm seeing.
Sir, I'm not telling you anything.
You haven't stopped. Yeah, you weren't telling me something.
Sir, I'm not sure. I'm trying to state that there's the situation. My points on my license count for me majorly. For this guy, he was having a great night. It was an easy pullover for him. Whatever I've seen, I'm not going to say what I've seen. It's not my job to.
I love that too. That you hear this crap all the time. Like an officer's really excited to issue a ticket. Like it just makes their day. It's just so exciting. It's really not. They can issue tickets all freaking day. People are out there violating traffic laws. I do it. You do it. Everyone does it. You could write 100 speeding tickets on any street in the United States at any time. It's not that difficult.
Report what other people are doing. I'm speaking for myself. And I'm being honest, Your Honor. I was baited into the ticket. I was not false. I'm honestly with you. I would not do any of this if it wasn't for his actions. I don't understand how that's not being understood.
I don't understand the logic to that, sir. It is preposterous to say that something the officer did a good block after beyond you has anything to do with you running a light.
Sir, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I know what you're trying to tell me, but what you're telling me doesn't comport with the facts as I saw them. You've paid the bond on each of these. The bond will pay the fine. The hearing is over. You are responsible.
Cited. Can I get my points at least? A chance to get my
points don't come from the court. They come from the Secretary of State.
Oh, yeah. Chisholm's got his little button and his little shamrock tie there. He's going to have himself a St. Patrick's Day beer at some point today. He is. He's going to get it in.
I have nothing to do with the points. I can't make them better or worse. The hearing is over, sir.
Well, there you have it. Sorry, I've got issues with my with my background. What are we gonna do? You know, So what happens in undisclosed locations sometimes. Lots of things happen in undisclosed locations. But that was so good. I wanted to. Oh, Eric's live. I was going to go to that. Send me the link. I don't have the link. I thought I did. This whole thing, I was going to wait and do that hearing in front of Slavin, but I haven't seen it all day. I'm on the channel right now, and I'm not seeing it. Unless I met the wrong judge or something. Might be at the wrong judge. Okay, I got it.
Question for my accounting of this. I need to get a register of actions. Is there a specific way to get it through the court, or is the easiest just to go onto the online database to print it off?
Probably, I mean, the quickest is probably going to go to just an online database and print it off. Or,
all right. If I have an issue, I'll reach out to your clerk.
All right.
Sure. Yeah. Call my criminal clerk and if you have any issues.
We're a couple minutes
Thank you very much,
live.
Your Honor. You guys have a great day.
You do the same. Then let's see. With regard to case 241388SM, you do have House counsel on that one. And did you speak with the House counsel yet?
No, I didn't speak with no House counsel, but
all right, I'm gonna put you into the breakout room so the attorney can come on in there.
Starting strong.
House counsel.
His opening remarks are, I didn't speak to no House counsel.
I'm not even
Let the stupid begin. All right. Let me see here. We can just hang out here. All right. We'll hang out till he shows up.
There you go. If you could state your name for the record, please.
well, I'm not the legal fiction defendant. I'll tell you that for one. And I'm a living man, one of the sovereign people, beneficiary of this account.
All right. Thank you for your appearance, Mr. Martin. All right. And today's date and time set for a settlement conference. Mr. Darren, you had the opportunity to speak with the prosecutor. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The case as to his brother, Mr. Kurt Martin, which is the one I have been appointed to, is going to be dismissed. I don't have an objection to that.
Ready? Any objection? No. Okay. So case dismissed.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Your Honor, just one brief question for my.
Good afternoon, Judge Brewer. Good to see you again.
Good afternoon. Good seeing you. I don't see Mr. Huth. Did you guys reach an agreement or something? I don't see him.
I am here for Mr. Huth.
Say that again.
I'm here for Mr. Huth.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I'm not with Lakeshore anymore.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's been
I
thrown.
don't know that. And you're on, let's see, who is this? Hackle?
Yeah.
Oh, we've had this knucklehead.
Call this case.
She has her face covered, which is probably a favor to all of us.
411158LT North Hill Farms 1 versus Alicia Hackle. Appearance for the record.
Good afternoon, Eli Hides, P84976 for the plaintiff.
All right, Miss Alicia Hackle, please state your name for the record. Unmute.
Yes.
State your name for the record.
Yes, Alicia Hackle. Anaya Sada Hackle.
You're here to, you filed a motion to state a proceeding. Proceed.
Yes, to make a deposit, to leave to make a deposit.
A deposit for?
1 moment. Did you, you should have this as a quick claim covenant that I gave you. And then I made a deposit to go, I have a deposit to go with it pursuant to the Judicature Act.
I'm guessing magic funds from the trust.
Your Honor, I
Yeah.
believe she's referring to an Eastern District case she filed.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just a motion to stay. And on her pleading, there's no new information. She made under 2612 and only cited mistake, which there was no mistake of law or fact. So I'm not sure. I'll let her speak to what the Eastern District, what she thinks that means.
Yeah, this is
What I have here, what I submitted is a quick claim covenant. It says for the sum of full faith and credit and incontestable guarantee do hereby quick claim release and relinquish any and all interest, rights, and claims associated with all generated investment docket clause numbers and related acts to the clerk of court. This conveyance being duly signed, sealed, and acknowledged by the grantor shall be a good and sufficient quick claim conveyance to the grantee, his heirs, and assigns. In consideration of this quick claim, grantor submits and deposits certified evidence of beneficiary status, says to Q Trust, as recognition of the right and peaceful enjoyment at accordance with lawful entitlement. Said deposit is made by leave of court in exchange for a discharge of liabilities committed by law.
This is the Eastern District of
Oh, so complete bullshit.
Michigan. I'm not a federal judge, man.
Okay.
I don't even know. Yeah, so
right.
I'm gonna deny the motion to stay the proceedings.
No,
So,
I reserve my rights to be exonerated. I've made a deposit to be exonerated from all the liabilities.
okay. So we're all set.
Thank you, Judge.
That's noted for the record. So the writ will issue and execute immediately. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.